I was gonna move on to child rearing. That was my last topic for tonight. A Rick and Morty writer has an 11-year-old nephew who just got an iPhone for his birthday, and his parents check the iPhone. I think they check it every night, I think is the rule or something. So it's like, and it's divorced parents, and there's like, I don't want to, that I think is too private because like, I don't want to question like motivations of who got who's. What am I doing?
It's good.
He's got an 11-year-old nephew that got an iPhone, and if that sounds weird to you or normal to you is anyone's guess, because we don't have rules for these days. Like we don't have any fucking old standards, and so 11-year-old kid's got an iPhone, and then the Rick and Morty writer, who's his uncle, is getting all these texts from the 11-year-old kid. He just got his first phone. Like, I mean, I was an idiot on Friendster when I was 25 because I was like, what? Other people named Dan, we should form a club. To be 11 and all of a sudden be able to do what fucking big people do, which is stare at the fucking thing, and like I guess I don't have to make a case that the kid deserves a break. He's a kid, but it's just because I remember being his uncle, and his uncle's like, and then at like 6 a.m. I get this text. It's like, sup.
Whoa.
It's so funny. Like I was like, and he wrote this response about boundaries and stuff. Ultimately, like, and it was like, why wasn't not returning his text an option? And he was like, well, I mean, the long and short of it was like, he's like, well, I don't want to turn dishonest because now there's technology that makes it possible to connect with each other. I just can't have like. I don't want the technology to turn me into a liar. It's kind of what it is like saying maybe I'm not always stoked to have my nephew like ask me a question at 7:30 or whatever. It's so you guys, how will you raise your children in this new era of nanotrons and microwoms?
I do feel like it fucks with your brain. Like, I don't think I would actually stop my kid from using a smartphone or like put an age limit on it, but I would be pretty uncomfortable with the idea of like having that, like that attention kind of thing. I feel very addicted to my phone, and I don't like it.
Like, do you think that kids? Here's just a specifying other question, if you will. Like, do you think that kids? What if you're raising a kid who like kid age, and it's like. It's sort of like our parents, my parents, is like, oh, let's go to the malt shop because, and they're like, where are you going? You're going to the malt shop. All of that idea of control over the development of your children, like how much freedom and how much power they have. And you're hearing these stories, you hear these like urban legends, but actual stories of like, she talked her friend into suicide because they were talking every day in the text. Like, where are we at with like this idea of like your kid, like as a guy who has no kids and who was terrified of the idea, like
it's an addiction to. So one of the first things I ever did was a movie about suicide, and I spent a bunch of time in the suicide prevention community and talking about like the young brain, and it's like this addiction to immediate gratification, right? It's like and that's why the suicide rates are going up amongst younger people, because there's this this addiction to like, if I want to solve a problem, I can solve it like right now. If I want to contact somebody or tell somebody something or buy something, like I can get it right now. But if I like get kicked out of my house for being gay, or I break up with my boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever, you want that immediate gratification. And I think that's like that Pavlovian dog response that we've gotten of like, of being able to
Wikipedia or whatever. Yeah,
just immediately. Plus, we're getting inundated with so much imagery. Like the average, one of the statistics that always blows my mind is the average age to see hardcore pornography these days is 7 years old. Like that's when it was 9, like 10 years ago or whatever.
The average age of looking.
How could we let that Venice sink?
The average age of
we
seeing.
were once a proud lot.
2008.
9 years old. The golden era.
I'm confused, Gabe. The average age of doing what?
The average age of seeing hardcore porn for the first time is 7.
Oh, the first I got you.
So it's like you add that with the gratification, with the immediate gratification thing, with all that combined. Yeah, I think I don't want kids.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we all like look at the fact that like, oh, it's a crazy jungle, and I'm just like, what I'm curious about is like, what you talk to any parent, and it's always a different adventure. Like they have to make their own rules on a level that I don't think any previous generation of parent has ever. Well, probably
Your kids
probably fucking pioneer times when you have like a saber-toothed tiger and you have to like, it's like you can't just go, oh, I'll do what every family does. No, you get a fucking unique situation. There's piranha there and there's a dinosaur there. I don't know anything about history or.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about this a lot lately. I got really scared of technology and everything, but I realized that I was really, I think I was really addicted to. I went on Tumblr every single day, and I quit going on Tumblr. I didn't delete my account or anything because like I'll go back. But it's been like 3 or 4 days since I went on it at all. And I quit because I realized I wasn't having any, like I spent a lot of alone time and I spent a lot of time in my head, and I realized that instead of going to my own brain for things, I was going to Tumblr for things. Like instead of going to my own self for thinking of funny things or whatever, or like a comment on something, I'd be like, what did people on Tumblr say or do about this thing or something? Yeah. Like if I got into a TV show, instead of just having all these thoughts myself, I'd like search the tag on Tumblr. What did everyone else say?
I mean, that's so much less shameful than I think. I recognize that about Twitter. And kept right on chugging. Like I didn't even like notice that and been like, oh, that's bad. I was like, I think in tweets now. I was like, that's how it goes.
Well, it was really affecting me because also people, I think in general, but especially online and then especially on Tumblr, people talk very negatively, and I really internalized that and stuff. Like I got a job and then I got really sad about it because everyone talks about like, oh, I have to go to work and stuff. I have to get up in the morning. I'm so sad. But I was really happy about my job, but I feel like I have like other people's thoughts in my head. Yeah. Like, oh, the daily grind. I have what they say about work in my head.
It could be siblings of yours without even signing up for the job. I think that, each individual of them, of course, you would probably predict along with me that if they would be like, no, I'm so stoked for you and all this stuff. It would be like an outpouring of love. But it was like the idea of, it's like it's interesting.
Well, yeah, I got real friends like in real life, and then they're very positive about everything, and stuff. I haven't had friends in a while. I'm excited.
there are ways to we should be proud of the fact that as like primates, we are super geared towards like picking up on what I would do in this particular context to achieve praise, to feel valuable, to like all these things that we like to regard as like, oh, here are the empirical human experiences, as if there's anything empirical about a fucking monkey that thinks it's half God and is like spinning from sentience and like running across the earth going, maybe if I had an alphabet, like it's psychosis. So like there's nothing empirical about what we go through, like except for the fact that we are that moving planchette on the Ouija board of God's abuse. All right, I went a little too far. You can't use abuse as a metaphor for a Ouija board. That's dumb. And also, why start with the technical French term for the pointer thing on a Ouija board? What are you, a guy who watched 1987's Witchboard?
This is exactly what you said in my dream, Dan. This is amazing. Those are word for word.
Gabe, I'm doing a show.
Oh,
everyone's doing a show. And you come on here and you think you can be that and do this and that nothing will happen. Everything's going to happen. And everything is nothing. And the difference is a poor man's Jew's harp. Playing in the darkness in a jug band on a hee-haw that's been canceled because you're out of the demo.
I'm out of the demo. I'm in the demo, man. I'm the main demo.